My message to all the old leaders, from Macron to Scholz to your old Pedro Sanchez, is your time is over now.
Buenos días, Patriotas. We need a Europe that will defend its borders by any means necessary. A Europe that respects its traditions and identity. A Europe that supports its families and businesses. A Europe that embraces its Orthodox heritage and Christian roots.
My friends, it's an enormous honor to stand here before you today in beautiful Madrid with so many of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patriots for Europe. We gather here today, 8 months after the founding of the Patriots for Europe, not as an isolated movement, but as a new voice of European people.
Now is the time. We are living in an extraordinary time when we have a rare window of opportunity to leave the path of decline and fundamentally change our countries and our civilization for better.
If anything, what has led Europe to its current tragic state is the absence of leaders. There is a profound difference between a bureaucrat politician and a leader.
Europe was once a beautiful and powerful continent built on the solid foundations of its cultural heritage.
We gather here today not only as individuals, but as a powerful force united by a shared vision of optimism for the future.
The establishment in Brussels and the mainstream media try to isolate us. They ignore us. They cast us as radicals. Yet despite their efforts, we are growing stronger.
Donald Trump's victory in America has landed a blow right between the eyes of the globalists, and they are confused, in disarray, and panicked.
In this day and age, Europe is governed by weak politicians whose only concern is implementing delusional agendas and sacrificing member states' national identities on the altar of a new world order.
The mainstream of European politics has been taken over by a self-destructing left-wing progressive agenda. Instead of a pragmatic approach to solving problems, priority has been given to dysfunctional social experiments that erode traditional values, undermine the economic strength of European countries, worsen security, and attempt to re-educate an entire society.
The world is changing rapidly before our eyes, and we are at the forefront of this transformation. And as President Trump ushers a golden age for America, we must ask ourselves, are we ready to do the same in Europe? And the answer, as you just said, indeed, is yes. We will make Europe great again.
We, patriots, need to act swiftly, with speed, courage, and determination to irreversibly destroy the structures of the far left and liberal fascists who have established and destroyed our identity and our heritage, our prosperity and our security, so that they could damage our Christian civilization and replace it with their sick satanic utopia.
It is time to look truth in the eye. The Green Deal is dead, not reformable, not improvable, dead. And yet in Brussels they pretend as if nothing has changed. Ursula von der Leyen, Olaf Scholz, and the entire EU leadership refuse to acknowledge reality. They continue pushing the Green Deal ideology as if European industry is not shutting down and moving overseas, as if millions of families are not struggling with energy poverty, as if Europe's economic power is not collapsing before our eyes.
What they leave behind is, to begin with, an obsession with green transition that has led to crashing energy bills. Furthermore, excessive taxation that strangles businesses and drives the middle class into poverty. Moreover, a woke agenda threatening our traditional values and being imposed on young children. on top of everything else. Uncontrolled illegal immigration, turning entire cities into ghettos and threatening our safety.
My friends, people have had enough of illegal immigration. And I ask you, do you have enough of crime in Spain? Do you have enough of Islamic immigration in Spain? Do you have enough of woke insanity in Spain? And if you have enough, then what should we do? We should win the elections in all our respective countries.
Let's turn back the tide of immigrants willfully invited to Europe by our evil and corrupt elites who hate us, the Patriots, so much that they are willing to destroy their own countries because of their hate. No, it is no longer enough to stop them from coming. We must start sending them back where they came from. We need to take our countries back. We need to bring normality back. And for Europe to be great again, we need to have a new Reconquista. Let's go!
These criminal mistakes constitute their legacy, but every action causes a reaction, and reason will definitely prevail. It's only a matter of time. Donald Trump's re-election heralds a new golden age, but also the Western world's final opportunity. Those who mocked us and accused us of Trumpism now try to hide, but we won't let them forget the damage they have done on our Europe. They will be held accountable for the destruction they have brought. We need a Europe that will defend its borders by any means necessary.
Instead of creating the conditions for the growth of European industry, our institutions are fanatically focused on a green transition that is being promoted without any regard to economic reality. The mass migration of Islamist cultures into Europe, organized by Brussels and its NGOs, is leading to the emergence of parallel societies and daily security threats to millions of peaceful inhabitants of European cities. We see that any criticism of the official line is silenced on the pretext of fighting the hate speech. The democracy is suppressed with tools such as cordon sanitaire, which allows European elites to pretend that the real problems do not exist.
All of us in all our nations of Europe, we will fight for our values. We will fight for our families. We will fight for our countries. We refuse to bend our knee to the extremist agenda of the woke left. And we refuse to surrender to the guilt-tripping of the multiculturalist. People all over Europe want us to bring back sanity and moral clarity. And we will. They want us to defend hardworking citizens and protect the elderly and the vulnerable. And we will. And we will make the Netherlands, we will make Spain, we will make Europe great again. And my friends, that means that the old regimes are going to fall. We are living in an historic age. And my message to all the old leaders, from Macron to Scholz to your old Pedro Sanchez, is your time is over now.
They ignore economics, they ignore physics, but most of all they ignore the European people. They tell us Europe will be more competitive. Why they impose regulations that strangle businesses? They talk about the just transition, but their policies first destroy industries, then offer subsidies to fix the damage they cause.
So let's make irrelevant all the radical left-wing media channels who are destroying the freedom of speech and freedom of conscience. Let's destroy them by ignoring them and laughing them out. Instead, let's turn to new media, where we can learn about the world around us as it is, not as the lefty loonies want us to see.
Greece, The cradle of civilization and democracy faces demographic extinction due to those serving globalization and population replacement through illegal immigration. But the message from the Greek people grows stronger every day, and it is very, very clear. We demand change. We want our homeland strong. Greece, which stands as Europe's frontier, will rise again stronger. And we will not beg for help, but we will stand tall as we have always done in difficult times. United as we are today and loyal to our commitments and the values we serve, it's time to reclaim our homelands. It's time to become strong nation states, and it's time to make Europe great again. Thank you very much.
They are history. Woke is over. Multiculturalism and mass immigration has proven to be a total failure. And while the leftish liberal intellectuals may refuse to acknowledge this reality, the majority of the Europeans are very clear in what they want. They want secure borders. They want an end to mass immigration. They want us to expel illegal aliens and criminals from our countries. Thanks to each one of you, we are now going to reap the fruits of our hard work. And you, my friends, you, the people who go and vote, are the real heroes in this room. Because I know that you have been harassed for your convictions, that you have been intimidated by the woke elites, that you have been ridiculed by the media, that even your children have suffered. But you remain strong. You did not give up. We must remain strong and alert to secure the cultural and physical survival of Europe. Spain must remain Spain. Holland must remain Holland. We are sovereign nations and not part of a European pseudo-state, and we are not Islamic nations either. We cherish freedom. We cherish our own cultural identity. And that's why it's important. And it has been said here today before, but I repeat it, and I hope you agree with me. There are, in our culture, only two genders, a man and a woman, and nothing else. Never forget, we are the winners, and we are comrades. We are a band of brothers and sisters. And together, we are the alliance of European patriots, united in love for our country and people. So I end by saying, long live the Netherlands, long live the free nations of Europe. Viva España! I'm sorry, but I didn't hear you. Viva España! Viva! We make Europe great again. Thank you so much.